and welcome to Travels with the Creative Contessa. I'm the Creative Contessa, and today we're going to be talking about our recent trip to Thailand. I'm going to be showing you some of the stunning handcrafted items that we purchased there and about how they're made and how much they are and where you can buy them. We're going to provide travel tips for things to see, where to eat, where to go, how to get around Thailand, in particular Bangkok and Chiang Mai. And of course, I will happily answer any questions you have about traveling to, from, in, and around Thailand and questions in general. So let's go ahead and get started by checking to make sure I can actually see all the messages, not just the top messages. So yeah. Welcome everyone. So Thailand is an amazing country. It's a developing nation, however. Oh, thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it. It is a developing country, so if you travel to Thailand, you should absolutely keep that in mind. And in fact, Brandon, you bring it up. I'm wearing things that I bought in Thailand, specifically all of this in Chiang Mai. And so that is one of the great things to do when you go to Thailand is actually go shopping. And in fact, people from Bangkok travel up to Chiang Mai to do their clothing shopping and shopping for other things as well, because it is apparently that much less expensive than buying those exact same items in Bangkok. And in fact, one of the items that we discovered was definitely less expensive in Chiang Mai than in Bangkok was chocolate, believe it or not. So we actually went to this chocolate shop called Siamaya Chocolate, Siam, the Kingdom of Siam as was, and it is a local chocolatier in Chiang Mai. They actually have a cacao bean plantation in northern Thailand that's very close to Chiang Mai. They grow their own cacao beans, they make their own chocolate, and they make all these very unique flavors. And when you buy chocolate from them, they actually pack it in an insulated foil bag because it's hot outside, and they want to ensure that your chocolate makes it from the chocolate shop to your hotel still as a bar. And they had some really crazy fun flavors, which really interested us. So they just had, of course, dark chocolate, 85% and 75%, and we got one of each. But they also had peanut curry. They had peanut curry flavored chocolate, right? And it's massaman curry chocolate. Absolutely delicious. Now I'm going to tell you that these were not inexpensive, not by any standards. It was 180 baht a bar, which is about $6 a bar, and they're not big. They're 2.8 ounces. So even by Western standards, this is an expensive bar of chocolate. This is very clearly not chocolate for the Thai market. Very, very clearly. They also had, oh no, that's the 85, that's the 65, 85%. Oh, they have coconut milk chocolate. So some of you know milk chocolate is, in my opinion, adulterated garbage. No one should eat it. It's a way to ruin good chocolate. But they have chocolate bars with coconut milk, also made from local coconuts that they grow themselves. And it's 65% dark chocolate. And it actually also has pieces of fresh cacao or fresh coconut in it. So, but it doesn't have that nasty, dry, shredded flavor. So you get to actually enjoy the true flavor of coconut milk, not fake coconut flavor, with real, genuine chocolate. So this is really good stuff, Siamaya chocolate. But we made the mistake, we bought some friends some chocolate, and we didn't get around to doing it while we were in Chiang Mai. So we went to the duty-free shop at Suvarnabhumi Airport, and this exact same chocolate was several dollars more expensive a bar. So instead of 180 baht, it was 240 baht. So instead of $6 a bar, it was $8 a bar. So still crazy expensive, which is why this is what I refer to as a special treat tasting chocolate. This is not gorging chocolate. This is chocolate you buy and nibble on for a year. Right? But yeah, Siamaya chocolate. One of the things you can now get in Thailand is locally grown and locally made chocolate. Yep. Yep. Ayla, thank you for joining us. Susan, welcome. Okay, so other interesting chocolate flavors they had at this place. They had massaman curry. They had a one that was a soup, actually, a curry soup, but I don't think we actually got that one. We did not. That's okay. They had a lot of interesting flavors. So if you're in Chiang Mai, then do check out Siamaya Chocolate. They have a shop. You can actually try all of their chocolates. You can keep trying all of their chocolates. And if they have anything you like, you can then buy it. But you don't have to buy anything. No obligation. Yep. So if you have any questions about chocolate, so for those who don't know, cacao beans actually come in these pods, and there's actually quite a bit of processing between cacao bean and final chocolate bar. And there's ways to make good chocolate bars, and there's ways to make chocolate bars that no one should eat. You can also, I think, go and tour the actual plantation where they grow the cacao beans. So if you're concerned about, free trade or ethical farming practices, and that the farmers who do the cacao bean growing actually get a decent wage, then this might be a good way to do that. Yep. For those just joining, welcome to my Thailand live show and tell. We have just returned from about 12 days in Thailand. We spent a lot of time in Chiang Mai, and we spent some time in Bangkok, and I'm just sharing with you today some of the things we purchased, all of which were handmade in Thailand, mostly in Chiang Mai, and answering any questions you have about traveling. So if you have any questions about traveling in and around Thailand, then do go ahead and ask them in the live chat. And of course, if you're enjoying this, please double tap that screen, hit the thumbs up, and consider subscribing. Yeah, Ayla says, chocolatiers are artists. That curry one sounds different. Yeah, so the peanut curry, the masaman curry, is actually really amazing. So first you get the peanut flavor, but then you actually get the spice of the masaman curry, of course, combining harmoniously with the chocolate. So it's really good. I'm going to be diving into this probably after this live stream as a treat to myself. Yeah. And they had a tom yum, I think it was tom yum soup, I think, wasn't it, Ryan? Wasn't it tom yum soup was one of the odder ones where we thought there's no way this flavor combination is going to work, and yet it did. It was remarkable. Mike, lovely to see you in a live stream. Welcome. We were just chatting chocolate from Thailand, and specifically Siamaya chocolate. And I just want to make clear, none of these people sponsor me. None of these businesses or artists or artisans sponsor me. I'm just sharing with you some of our purchases. So if you ever want to go to Thailand, maybe you might have some ideas on things you might like to get. And for those who never get to Thailand, maybe I can give you an idea of what it's like to go there. Yep, that's one of my big goals. Which one am I going to eat first? I'll probably dig into the coconut milk one first. I've been really craving the coconut milk, real coconut milk since we got back, because in Thailand, coconut is such a different experience because it's fresh. They are so fresh there that the flesh that comes out of the coconut is succulent. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a really dense pudding almost that you can cut into strips and eat. It is nothing like that disgusting desiccated garbage that they sell in bags outside of tropical countries. I thought I hated coconut until the first time we went to Vietnam, and we ended up getting a coconut, like literally just the coconut juice straight from the coconut. And then after you drink the coconut juice, you get a spoon and you scoop out the coconut flesh. And I really thought I had died and gone to heaven. I felt betrayed that my whole life I had been misinformed about what coconut actually really and truly was. Yeah, tom yum chocolate bars on the Siamaya page. So yeah, fresh coconut for the win, baby. Yeah. I love coconut sprinkled on yogurt. See, the shredded coconut, I can't tolerate. The dried, desiccated coconut is the thing that made me think for decades that I didn't like coconut. And then I discovered that I did like coconut milk, but I still didn't like the desiccated coconut. And then I discovered fresh coconut by traveling to tropical countries where coconuts literally fall from the trees. And mangoes do too, by the way. You can actually get beamed on the head walking around in Thailand by any of the giant fruit that is just hanging from the trees, ready to hit the ground and shatter. We saw one mango that had actually managed to impale itself on the pointy end of a metal picket fence, and it looked really violent. It looked like it had a sad, violent death because it was fully impaled on the fence. That mango will never become a tree. Yeah, so have any of you tried fresh coconut, like freshly scraped out of a coconut that's just been cracked open, where it's juicy and succulent? Like I said, it's like coconut with a lot, or it's like pudding with a lot of body, like chewable pudding. It's really a remarkable texture. Yeah. So, okay, so chocolate is one of the things you can absolutely get in Chiang Mai. And you can buy this also at the duty-free, airport duty-frees in Thailand. But to be frank, you're going to pay $2 to $3 more per bar than you would if you buy it straight from the shop in Chiang Mai, or if you buy it maybe at the actual chocolate plantation where you can go and have a tour if you want. We didn't this time, but maybe we will next time. I do love taking farm tours and seeing how the magic actually happens. Like when we went to Sri Lanka, we went to a tea plantation that also had rubber trees and cinnamon trees, and our tour guide took his knife out of his pocket, flipped it open, scraped the bark straight from the cinnamon tree, and handed us each a piece of fresh cinnamon bark. And I will tell you, before then and since then, I have never tasted cinnamon like this, because even if you get the whole cinnamon sticks, by the time they reach you anywhere outside of Sri Lanka, they're older, they've aged, they're no longer fresh from the cinnamon tree. And that bark fresh from the cinnamon tree has nuances and depths of flavor that you just can't imagine. It's not overpowering, but it's powerful at the same time. And I can't phrase it any more specifically than that. Yeah. Okay. So any questions about chocolate from Thailand? Any questions about coconut? I actually don't have anything coconutty here. We didn't buy the coconut cat. We put a short out. If you want to see what a coconut cat is, check out the shorts on this channel very recently, last week, where some woman accused me of having greasy hair when my hair was actually just wet. But anyway, like it is right now, actually. This is wet hair, in case you're wondering. Anyway, the coconut cat is the device that it's like a little stool. It looks actually more like a boot jack with a scary looking metal appendage at the end. And you use it to actually scrape out the coconut flesh from the coconut, and it shreds it. Right, so that's how you shred coconut, because if you just scrape it out, it'll come out in big peels. But if you want shredded coconut, then you use the coconut cat, and that is actually the tool that they utilize to shred coconut without a food processor. We didn't buy the coconut cat. I'm kind of regretting that now, but just because then I could have shown you the coconut cat in person. Right. Okay, so Thailand, tropical country, rice country. Rice is big time staple there, massively important. If you're in the northern part of Thailand, then sticky rice is the rice of choice. If you're in the central or southern part, then they do jasmine rice. Either way, you need rice storage containers. And so we bought 2 handmade traditional rice storage containers, and we will in fact be storing rice in these. So these are actually made from bamboo. Oh, you can tell we haven't opened this yet. The strings are still tied. And yes, they're decorative, they're beautiful. They're decorated, they're ornamentive, but they're not ornamental. These are actually usable. And so you have a lid that's actually tied on by a string so that you can actually transport rice. And you can see on the inside, it's woven from bamboo. How awesome is that? And you can store dried rice in here. You can also store, this actually could be used, these were also used, as far as I understand, for actually putting cooked sticky rice in. And then if you were going on a long trip, you would have cooked sticky rice with you, especially if you were traveling in a group. You would have the cooked sticky rice with you, and you can just drape this over your neck like this or over your shoulder, and you carry it with you. And then as you're traveling and you stop, and you can pick fruit, you can pick wild herbs, and combine that with your sticky rice. So that's how they used to do travel food in northern Thailand. Cook a whole bunch of sticky rice, put it in a container like this, take it with you, and then you just supplement it with the things that are just growing everywhere as you travel. So we will probably not be using this to take cooked sticky rice places with us, but we will be using it to store our uncooked rice in, because we do have uncooked rice, and we'll probably also use it to store tea leaves in, although we found out that a lot of these are now treated with chemicals, and so it's probably advisable that it is lined in something else rather than just putting in either the cooked rice or the uncooked grains because they could pick up those chemicals. So probably we'll line it in something. I'm not going to line it in plastic though. That's not going to happen. I was thinking about actually probably lining it in some waxed linen cloth or something along those lines, or maybe even just plain cloth, just a cloth sack will probably be good enough to keep, because it's dry, it's not wet. So probably I'll put it in a cloth sack and put it in here. Yeah, but isn't this beautiful? So it's woven. Look at that beautiful basketry on the inside. And you can go to Chiang Mai and take classes on this technique. Not necessarily, I haven't found a class, a workshop where you get to learn to make one of these, but you can at least take a class on the basic bamboo basketry technique. And then it's coated in lacquer and paint, so it's super light. Like this is a great container, and you can tell that it's going to, this can hit the ground and it's not going to break. Unlike ceramics, unlike metal, which is going to corrode with time, this is not going to corrode, and it's just got this beautiful bamboo motif on it. Isn't that beautiful? Right? And it even comes on a stand because, of course, when you're out traveling, you're going to set this down and it's going to be set down on moist ground. Northern Thailand is a rainforest, it's a jungle. So it's got this stand on it so that when you set it down, the main part, the actual container, is not actually in contact with the mucky ground. So yeah, bamboo rice container. It's really lovely. So we actually bought 2 of these. We bought 2 of these. So this is one of them. I don't know what, there's something about the bamboo leaf motif that just sings to my soul. I don't know why. It's so elegant, the spray of the leaves crossing over each other. And I think it's because when I see a depiction of bamboo leaves like this, I can hear the susurration of wind through bamboo leaves. Have any of you been in a bamboo forest? If you haven't, try to find one at a botanical garden or something if you can't get to a tropical country that has it, because it is one of the most harmonious, serenity-inducing sounds I've ever heard in my life. The susurration of the wind through the bamboo, because the leaves whisper against each other in this beautiful, gentle dance, and then the bamboo, the stalk, the grass actually, because bamboo is a grass, the hollow stalks of the bamboo trees, they knock against each other gently, and so there's this gentle percussion, but it's just so harmonious. Yeah, so I think when I look at depictions of bamboo, I can actually hear that in my mind. So that might be why I love looking at, paintings that have this particular motif in it. Very common in Asia, from Korea all the way down to Thailand, Vietnam, and you can see why. China, it's a grass and it grows everywhere here. Yeah. You were able to tag one. Oh, did we, you were able to tag one of these? That's really cool. Does watching Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon count for being in a bamboo forest? I mean, it's like it. Or the movie Hero. The movie Hero has a lot of bamboo forest as well. It might be the closest thing some people will ever get. So we bought a second one of these. We bought a second one. This is the other one we bought. And this was the one that Ryan really liked. I mean, I liked both of them, to be honest. Just the bamboo sings to my soul a little more, literally. So this is the other one we bought. And just the layers of paint. I mean, all the handwork that went into this. And we did not pay very much for these. And we bought them from a kitchen supply store that also sells things like this to tourists. So I'm confident we paid more than we would have had we bought it directly from the artisan. Look at that beautiful lid. Right, this one has much more of a Western motif for it. And I have a theory for that. The Portuguese came to Thailand very early on in the history of the modern era. Like they hit Thailand in the late 15th, early 16th century, no, the 16th century. And they start trading. We already have depictions of Portuguese traders and merchants in Thailand in that era. And I suspect that they may have introduced some of the more traditional Renaissance European motifs, which is why you now have this incorporated into a lot of Thai art and culture, right? But it could also just be parallel development. It could be parallel development. Foliage is foliage. But yeah, I do love them both so very much. And again, same basketry on the inside, all natural materials. Now, granted, the paint is probably not traditional all natural paint made from natural pigments. I'd be surprised if that were the case. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, welcome from Thailand. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I was just showing some of the wonderful things that we bought while we were in Chiang Mai. So yeah, feel free to chime in. Yeah, it's really nice. Love it. It's super light. It doesn't even weigh, it might weigh a pound, maybe. It might weigh a pound, possibly. It's very, very light. I think we paid, the price tags are gone, but I think we may have paid 300 baht for each. So that's about $10 US, which I know in Thailand is expensive, but isn't for those of us who earn dollars. Yeah. Yep. Okay, moving on. Bags. We're bag people. We like bags. We like boxes. I mean, you can tell. We like boxes. We like containers. We like beautiful containers for things, right? So we went to Wararot Market, which is basically the market where you can get kitchen supplies in Chiang Mai. It's also the market where you can get fabric and crafting supplies and sewing supplies. And it's where most of the people in Chiang Mai who have clothing stores, and where people who make bags, people who make wallets, people who make anything that's sewn in any way, they go to this market to get their notions. So it's not just a tourist market at all. In fact, Wararot Market is where one can easily purchase hand-woven fabric. And we didn't buy any this time. We're going to buy some next time for certain. You can buy fabric that has been hand-woven in the traditional waist loom style. And it's only 14 inches wide, and a lot of it has been dyed in indigo and hand stamped. So that's where you can go to buy all of this, actually. Almost everything you see here today we bought at Wararot Market in Chiang Mai. And one of the things they have cotton and linen and hemp clothing and accessory stores. Very big right now. In fact, this shirt we bought, this is a 100% cotton shirt that we bought, with exception of the elastic that's in the ruching, right? But the fabric itself, 100% cotton. So we bought that at Wararot Market, and there are multiple stores that sell clothing made by local designers and local sewists, and it's all cotton, hemp, or linen, or a blend thereof. Very big right now. Very happy that that is the thing. And this is one of the bags we bought at Wararot Market at one of those cotton stores. And you can see the traditional Asian wave motif with the kitties. And one of the great things about this bag is that it's huge. It's a big duffel bag. It has a fantastic zipped pouch on the inside, so you can store a wallet in it if you want this to be your carry things around bag. But it also folds down into a very small packet, like so, and it has magnetic snaps on the top. So you can actually close it up on both axes so that it becomes a smaller bag if you need it to be a smaller bag. See, so we love this thing. We bought this and we used this for all of our shopping, all of our shopping in Chiang Mai, because it was so expansive, right? And I think we paid, I don't know, $3 for this, which again, in Thailand is a decent amount of money, but for us as earners of dollars is just not. Yeah. Yeah, we love this bag so much. Yeah, the cats have actually not found the bag yet. And maybe because we haven't put it out for them to find in a way that they could find it. Yeah. Alex, welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning. This is a bag of holding. This is 100% a bag of holding. It never seems to stop expanding as it needs. So those just joining, welcome to my Travels with the Creative Contessa live stream. I'm the Creative Contessa, and I've just returned from a lovely 12 days in Thailand, one of our many trips. We go there quite often, actually. And we spent about 6 days in Chiang Mai and 7, that doesn't add up. Oh yeah, because we had 2 night train rides, and 4 days in Bangkok. And so I'm just sharing with you our experience there, and we're doing a show and tell of the handcrafted items that we bought while we were there. And if you have any questions about traveling to, from, in and around Thailand, pop them in the live chat and I will be happy to answer them. But yeah, we bought a couple of these as gifts for people because I was pretty certain there are people in my very close circle who would appreciate a bag of holding like this. And it's just the kitties, the cute little kitties. Look at them. Aren't they too cute? Aren't they so adorable? Yeah. And again, what I love about this, it's all cotton. No polyester, no rayon, no nylon, no anything that has been produced with, synthetic chemicals. Now, granted, we can get into the eco-friendliness or non-eco-friendliness of farming cotton, but that's a different conversation. Yeah. So, and what was interesting is we bought clothes because again, I told you there are lots of cotton and linen shops and hemp clothing stores in Wararot Market in Chiang Mai. And we bought a bunch of items. I'll show you some of these beautiful shirts we bought. Oh no, it wasn't this one, right? It was these items, right? These beautiful, look, this thing is so weird and so cool. It's giant culottes that go all the way up to the shoulders. And it's cotton, and it's this light gauzy cotton. And the same shop was selling right with it this really cool over thing. I don't know why I laid it on this really cool over garment. And then I would layer those together and I put a belt on it, and it just looks so amazing. I did a short video if you want to see what this looks like on me with the belt. There's a short here a couple of days ago where I demonstrate this particular ensemble, but all cotton. And, it's got these cute little tassels, and it takes advantage of the bias stretch so that you get this really cool draping effect. And we bought those clothes, and they put them in this beautiful cotton tote bag, right? Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? They didn't put it in a plastic bag. They didn't put it in a paper bag. They sent it away with us in this beautiful tote bag. I love it. We're such bag people, bag and container people, but also that it's not plastic. It's not even paper. It's a very reusable bag in beautiful local style motifs. So this is kind of one of the traditional motifs that you get in northern Thailand. This also the band around the skirt here. And yeah, this is a traditional tube skirt that is northern Thai. Right, I can actually demonstrate this for you. It's really cool. Bought this in Chiang Mai as well. Bought this actually in February in Chiang Mai. So it's just a tube. It's just a tube like this. And you put it on. At one axis of your body, there are ties sewn into it. I'm pretty certain the ties weren't traditionally sewn into it, but they are now. Before, I think you just had a sash that you would tie around your hips or waist, right? And then you fold it in like this, right? And then you take the ties, you tie them at that level. So there's about 6 inches sticking up above. And that is the woven band, and then you fold it down like so. Right, and this band is woven. This particular band is woven on that waist loom that I was talking about. Right, so that's how you put these skirts on, and I love these so much. These skirts are super comfortable. Again, 100% cotton, and you can buy these in Chiang Mai at the night market. Sometimes you can buy them, but also in Wararot Market as well. Yep. Yeah, they had teal hemp fabric in the market. They absolutely did. Yeah, love the wrap skirt. And this shirt was also from one of those cotton only stores. And actually, I'm wearing there was this cool. Yeah, there was just lots of really neat things. Yeah, the pattern is great, isn't it? And the bright, vibrant colors. Now, bright, vibrant colors have been popular in Southern Asia since forever. Now, very clearly, some of these pinks are made with synthetic dye stuffs, not natural dye stuffs. You can get bright pinks with natural dye stuffs, but they won't stay quite so vibrant for that long because natural dye stuffs. Yeah. Yeah, Cassandra, thank you for joining us. Yeah, I love this skirt so much. Isn't it great? And, the nice thing about it is that it's flexible because, your hips get bigger, get smaller. It's a tube. You can tie it higher, you can tie it lower if you want, right? There's a lot of options here. And these skirts, These skirts come from an era when women may or may not have worn tops in northern Thailand. And I know Thailand has been trying to distance itself from that reality, but the reality is that if you look at historical murals depicting all kinds of women, including the mother of the Buddha, by the way, they are, they sometimes have nothing on their upper bodies at all. Sometimes they're wearing just kind of an open light jacket-like garment. Sometimes they might actually drape, a sari-like garment around, I don't know the Thai word for that particular wrap, over there around their upper body, but not much. So this skirt was the main garment, which is probably why you don't get many modern Thai reenactors these days reenacting Ayutthaya era clothing when they're women, for instance, probably. Yeah. Let me see. That skirt is amazing. I have sarong skirts I made for myself years ago. Yeah, this is certainly not hard to make. The thing is, the key though, is that if you really want to make it like it really is in the Chiang Mai, is that you have the fabrics, right? The specially woven fabrics with the special patterns in them, which you can get at Waterroad Market for really inexpensive. Okay, not really inexpensive, much more inexpensively than you can get in the US. They had hemp in 60-inch widths in all kinds of colors. This is cotton, and this is woven in the traditional pattern, so it has white striations along the warp, right? So yeah, you can get this kind of fabric at Waterroad Market to make your own. It's definitely not, it's not complicated. Yep. Yeah, this style definitely does allow for more movement if you, if you don't wrap it too tightly, right? Then you can get more movement in the legs for certain. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So other clothing items I bought. Oh yeah. So this is also a modernized traditional Thai skirt that I bought there, and I'll just drape this over top of this skirt. So this is, definitely modernized because it has hooks and eyes and everything, but I think this might be more comfortable for some people who aren't necessarily comfortable with the idea of a tie being the only thing holding your skirt up, right? But you can see it has the same kind of lines about it. It's got these cute little buttons here on the side. Right. So I loved the green, right? Green makes my eyes look green. Green and blue are good colors for me because of my hazel eyes and my complexion. But yeah, I loved the pattern of it. It also has the traditional striations with the solid band going into a thinner solid band and then stripes. This is very traditional Northern Thai motif. And these were not cheap though. This one, oh, I don't know where the other one is. I have another tube skirt. These ones are definitely higher quality construction, and they were much more expensive. But you should note though that this is an extra large. So when you're in Asia, sizing is different. Absolutely different. I have friends who bought XXX thick clothing from China, for instance, and it wouldn't have fit their child. So just keep in mind that sizing is different. And so you're generally going to want to try things on. But in a lot of stores in Thailand, smaller stores, shops, they don't have changing rooms. And the signs literally say, please try on clothes over top of your current clothes. So keep that in mind. It is a difference. Yeah. Yep. The one store said 7XL. Yeah. One store, the most touristed store, the one that's at the front of Waterroad Market, the tourist end of Waterroad Market, actually advertised 7XL clothing, which I think might have actually been 2XL by Western standards, or at least by American standards. Well, for those of you just joining, welcome to my live stream. If you're enjoying hearing discussions about traveling in and around Thailand, about the kinds of cool things you can buy there, in particular today, then double tap that screen to like and consider subscribing. Yeah. Yeah, Ursula Bear says they would not have my size. Yeah, it's yeah. And most of the clothes, a lot of the women's clothes are one size fits all, and it's definitely not one size fits all. One size fits all Thai people. Absolutely, for the most part, yeah. Oh, thank you, Cassandra. Appreciate that. Okay, so what else do we have? Like I said, they've got a lot of linen clothes, and I just want to tell you we haven't ironed this. These got back from Thailand, fresh out of the suitcase. So there's this great linen shop called Natalia, and she had a bunch of really nice linen garments. And some of you have heard me talking lately on my Creative Contessa channel about quality of linen, and I will tell you that the quality of this linen is really good. Like, yeah, look at that. Much, much, much finer threads, much more even, smaller squares, right? So I can tell this is probably going to last for a while. And I got this specifically to wear with a belt or to wear with actually some of my Korean chima, my Korean wrap skirts. And you may have seen it in some of my recent videos or pictures, but I loved the little pink frills at the top, and pink is also a good color for me. So I put it on over top of this. Yeah, I'll put it on over top of the shirt, Brendan. I'm not going to get banned from YouTube forever. Oh, nope. It's not going to go on over this shirt. It actually fits pretty tightly in the underarms because, as I said, one size fits most. Oh, this was a small. Okay, this was actually a small. I'm surprised. I thought it was one size fits most. It was the last one they had, though, so I had to go with it. It's a little tight in my underarms. I think there is actually some seam allowance here. But I also want to show you how quality the construction on this garment is. And I want you to compare it to the things that maybe you've bought in stores recently in, say, the US. Look at the finishing. Look at how they finished those seams. This is the inside. This is the inside. Look at the quality of finishing those seams. Neat. The stitches show neatly on the outside. The arm's eyes are faced, and the facing is perfectly even on both sides. Really quality construction on this garment. So, not only did I pay less than I would have in the US or even in anywhere really, the quality is much higher. So this garment's going to last for a long time. Yeah. So we got that from the linen shop. And this one, you guys, many of you have already seen. Again, it's wrinkled, so forgive it. And, another beautiful linen shirt that, again, is, just made really nicely. And we didn't pay very much. I think we paid $30. We paid $30 for this linen shirt, right? With all of this beautiful pin tucking and all of these ties. It's got these cool flared sleeves. We really should have ironed this before we did a show and tell here. But we didn't. There it is. So yeah, if you're looking for, Thailand in and of itself is for Westerners, for people from not even Westerners, high income countries. If you come from a high income country, then Thailand is very affordable and they've got really quality items. It's not just that it's, obviously the cost of living there is lower. So, they charge less for things than those same things would be charged for if you bought them from someone in the West. But I think the key takeaway for me is that they're made better. They're made better from these boutique shops that you can go to in Chiang Mai. Questions, opinions on wrinkly linen. Does it have to be ironed? I don't know. So yeah, wrinkly linen. Does it have to be ironed? I actually don't particularly care if it's wrinkly as long as the wrinkles don't ruin the lines. Does that make sense? So on this one, I don't care because I'm just going to put a belt on it anyway. And the frills, the fluffs, are no frills. There's another word for this. It went out of my head. The cute little decorative bits here, right? They look fine. If they looked crappy, I would iron them out because I want full flare. In the case of this shirt, though, where I want to have that nice flare, I would probably iron it just to make sure that it actually does flare elegantly and doesn't cling to my arm in an awkward fashion. So for me, it's about the lines. Like if the general line of the garment is preserved and it looks good, then I don't personally care. I definitely do not iron my linen garments before wearing them every time. Oh, hell no. But if it's just come out of a suitcase and has been abused by airport gorillas, in several different airports, I might consider at the very least hanging it in my shower and turning on the hot water or while I shower and letting it steam relax, basically. By the way, everyone, I just discovered in Thailand, how old am I? 46 almost, and I just now discovered steamers for garments. Because in Thailand, our last trip to Thailand in February in Chiang Mai, at the Ping Doi Hualien Hotel, we asked if they had an iron. They didn't have an iron, but they had a steamer where you just hang the garment up and you just steam it with the steamer. And it was like immediate. The wrinkles just fell out immediately and it was all smooth and perfect. And it took a third of the time that would have to do the same thing with an iron without any risk of burning it. So let me tell you, if you want to get the wrinkles out of your linen garments, the easiest way to just get them kind of to fall out, relax anyway, hang it in a hot shower with you. Otherwise, get a steamer. We now have a steamer in our household and it just, it's so much easier to use the steamer than it is to iron them. But no, I definitely do not iron things before I wear them, only if they're like super wrinkled to the point where the shape is rumpled. Then I'll iron it, but only enough that the shape is restored. Yeah. Yeah. Ruffles. Thank you, Ursel. Ruffles. They're called ruffles in English, my native language. Jesus. Talk about a word block. Let me see. I need to ask Namandi Batiks if they've ever considered making some of their batiks with nice linen instead of the nice cotton they use. Oh, yeah. That is an idea. I only iron when it's socially expected. Yeah, I care less about the social expectations. I'm an aesthetic person. If it ruins the lines, I'll iron it. If it doesn't, then we're good to go. And I think maybe, the problem is that in the modern world, people expect everything to be perfect, right? We expect all the seams to be perfect. We expect all the hems to be perfect. We expect all the stitches to be perfect. We expect all the lines to be smooth and flat. And that isn't the reality of clothing historically. And we get misimpressions about that too from, of course, from the covers of magazines where it's been so altered that it doesn't resemble almost at all the original photograph. But then going back in history, art generally depicts people in their perfect, unmoving state. They generally depict them in clothing without wind, without having been wearing it all day, with everything having been freshly done, and then the patron goes and sits for the portrait. And even if it wasn't perfect in reality, then the artist applies the artist filter and makes it perfect. So that gives us a really false impression about clothing and how it should look and what versus reality. I know this is travel, but I'll bring this story up anyway. On my Creative Contessa channel, I do historical clothing, focusing in particular right now anyway on 15th century French and Italian fashions, also historical Korean clothing, but that's a different topic. And so the 15th century Florentine look is, this beautiful fringe that frames the face. And then the rest of the hair is put in this really interesting hair taped bun on the back of the head. And someone from Russia criticized me. She's like, the outfit is great, but your hair is terrible because you should have perfect, neat curls around your face. They shouldn't be long and fly away like that. I'm like, of course the portraits look like the curls are perfect and not a single hair is out of place because that woman is sitting still, just had her hair done by her damsel, and the painter is of course going to paint her curls to be perfect. Italian painters weren't into hyperrealism. That was a northern European thing. That was a Flemish thing. Right. And in any case, even there, they still paint the hyper-realistic, perfect version of their patron. That's not how a lady looks when she's been moving around all day, when the humidity is low and your curls fall out. Right. So, yeah, anyway, rant off. Oh, goodness. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about, we talked about painted items. I think I got through most of the garments I wanted to get through. Oh, men's garments. if you're looking for good men's garments as well, let's talk about fisherman pants, right? So the sort of the male equivalent, not the male, a garment that is worn in northern Thailand and other parts of Thailand are something called fisherman's pants. This is for men, right? And they're basically two giant rectangles, and just like my skirt, this folds down and it folds in on itself. And these are worn by fishermen, but they're very comfortable. And they also have the nice band around the waist, like mine do, made out of the same kind of linen, striated, not linen, cotton, right? And Ryan owns like 8 pairs of these now, and he loves them. He wears these all the time. These are his comfortable lounging pants. These are his pajama pants. These are the pants he likes to go out walking in. So these are something you can also get in Thailand. And these ones have a very interesting construction. So they're semi-geometric construction. I mean, they are geometric construction, but it's not geometric like you'd be thinking. It's really interestingly put together. And it has a pocket, right? Because men's clothing always has pockets. Yeah, so fisherman's pants. Fisherman's pants for the win. These are something you can also get at the night market in Chiang Mai and in Wara Road Market in Chiang Mai. We looked everywhere in Bangkok for these and we couldn't find them. We actually went to many different markets in many different stalls in Chiang Mai before we finally found someone selling these, because they don't have elastic. This is the traditional style. These aren't elephant pants, right? These don't have elastic in the waist. This is the traditional wrap style. So if you want this style, then you'll need to go through dozens of sellers before you finally find the one selling them, and then you buy a bunch of pairs from that one person. Yeah. The blue of the fisherman's pants is a good color for your condottiero. It is indeed. He also has hazel eyes, so blue and green are also good colors for him. Yeah, freedom. Yeah, and these ones are actually a little more narrow than they should be. They should be a little bit, in my opinion, the legs should be a little bit wider. He has the first pair he ever bought, which was 2.5 years ago, or almost 3 years ago in Chiang Mai. They had wider legs, and I think those were actually more comfy, but I don't know, Ryan. Only you can tell us that. They seem like they would be easy to make. So these would be less easy to make in this style, because remember I said it's geometric, but it's not symmetrical geometric. There's actually a lot of interesting triangles in this. Let me see if I can show you the interesting triangles. See what I mean? It's actually a much more sophisticated geometric construction than the usual pant geometric construction. So I think this one would actually be much more frustrating to make, because especially with these weird triangular trapezoidal ends, if you don't line it up perfectly, it's going to go real bad for you. Yeah. Okay, questions about the fisherman's pants. And apparently some of my Thai friends say their fathers actually do still wear these. Ryan, that hurt Ryan so much. He went, "Oh, wow, does that make me an old man?" Gores are the bane of my existence. Yeah, this is not just straight up rectangles. This is rectangles plus construction. Okay, so also at those fantastic linen shops, the Natalie linen shop, the one that made these beautiful shirts, right? You can also, she had really nice men's clothing too. And check out this beautiful linen shirt. Look at the details. This is Ryan's shirt. I mean, this beautiful yoke here, this gorgeous triangle, and it's decorative, right? It's just decorative, but the quality of the linen, it's really well made. And like, it's smooth. This linen is silky smooth because it's so densely woven. So, again, we've been talking about quality linen in my Creative Contessa channel lately. And we went to Thailand and we found this shop that has 100% linen garments, and it's made of quality linen. Like, Ryan just loves this shirt so much. And it was only, again, $30 US, which for us coming, can you imagine buying a nice button-down long sleeve linen shirt for a man in the US for $30? I can, and it looks terrible. So yeah, if you are looking for you know, one of the things I really recommend doing when if you go to Thailand is going and buying some cotton and linen and hemp clothing. Just, it's absolutely worth it. And also at the night market. So this is in Wararot Market, Natalie at the Wararot Market. These neat shirts, these are linen cotton blend. And you can buy these at the night bazaar in Chiang Mai. They're a little bit loose weave, so they breathe nicely. It's got a little crepey feeling to it. It's soft, and they've got these really cool stripe motifs. And again, these stripes reflect the traditional motifs of Lana of northern Thailand. So it's a modern Western cut, but it's still, you know, got those northern Thai traditional fabric styles. And it breathes really well. It's soft, you know, and then all natural fibers. And I think we had these buttons, I think these buttons are actually coconut shell buttons, right? So they don't have plastic buttons. They actually have basically wooden buttons. So I think we paid, I don't know, $10 each for these shirts. Again, that's a decent amount of money in Thailand for, you know, high-income countries. It's a real good deal. Yeah. My dad would like that shirt. Oh, Cassandra. Oh, wait. Oh, these are the wooden ones we had put on. Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. My mistake. These are the wooden buttons we had put on because they did have plastic on them, which is sad. But we had them replaced with wooden buttons. So no more plastic. My dad would like that shirt. Oh, Cassandra, Ryan feels cut to the quick. Would you wear Lana striped shirt with fisherman pants? He does. Ryan does. He wears this with his fisherman pants all the time. So yes, he would and does. 100%. Right. Okay. I think those are basically all the garment related items that we had. Are there any questions about clothing in Thailand? Buying clothing, where you can go, what you can get, any final questions about Thai clothing? Handsome, could you please bring me some tea? I'm getting a little thirsty. And the tea that's in there, you can strain it, but the tea leaves are done. Fresh pot is in order. Oh, he likes patterns. Got it. Yeah. Patterns, you know, patterns are nice. Men's clothing these days is generally so dull.
Did you ask me to do something?
Tea.
Tea. Ah, okay.
Tea. Yes.
And I'm wearing another shirt.
Oh, yeah. Here, wait, you can actually see one of the other linen shirts in situ. And this is wrinkly from having taken a mountain hike this morning. Yep, but you can see it's got these nice pockets. Turn around. You know, nice, look how you can, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. You can see it's actually shines in the light. Like this is a really quality linen. All we had to do was go to Thailand. That's it. That's it. Just go to Thailand to get quality linen. Did we get any fabric? Oh God, we wanted to. We didn't. We wanted to. When we go back next time, we're going to be getting fabric. We're going to
a close thing on our luggage.
Well, no, we were fine. We plan to go next time when we go back to Chiang Mai. We are going to be buying some of the bolts of the natural hemp and natural hemp. Jesus, sorry, the hand woven hemp and hand woven cotton that has been dyed in indigo and or stamped in indigo patterns. I had my eyes on a couple of different bolts. And a bolt there is like 6 to 10 yards and it's 14 inches wide. So I might have to buy a couple of bolts of each to make garments out of them. I don't know what I'm going to make out of it yet. I don't know. I actually have in my mind a fusion thing. I'm actually thinking of doing like a historical style Korean ensemble, but out of these amazing fabrics from Thailand. Because that's really fashionable right now in Seoul, actually amongst the Hanbo designers, is to do fusion. And I just thought that would be such a great way to honor the beauty of those two cultures. Yeah. Where is the linen gown? The linen gown. Oh, the linen. You mean this one, the cotton one, Ursel Bear? Are you talking about where is the linen gown? Oh, don't worry, the shine of the linen will go away I'm pretty certain once we wash it, it won't be shiny anymore. Unless we starch it, then the shine will probably come back. Ursula Bear, were you talking about this dress and the culottes?
The culottes are good. Oh, the culottes are good.
You're talking about the culottes, the giant culottes? Which, you know, how neat is that? And everyone, ladies, it's got pockets. It has pockets. It has a pocket on each hip. How wonderful is that? I know the men are like, what?
But I only get one pocket with my tie.
Yeah, I get two pockets. Two pockets. Was this, so Ursula Bear, I'm sorry, was this what you were talking about? This one? Where is linen grown? Oh, not where is the, where is the linen grown? I'm sorry, Ursula Bear. Yeah, so that's a good question. I don't know if they're growing the flax in Thailand or not. It's not native to Thailand. So, you know, if it is there, I could see that it could maybe. I actually don't, you know, flax normally grows in like Northern European climates. So I don't know if it would, maybe it could grow in, I bet it could grow in the highlands. And in fact, it wouldn't surprise me thinking about that in the highlands of Thailand. Sorry, not the Scottish highlands. It wouldn't surprise me if it would not surprise me were there to be flax farms in the highlands in Thailand, because I will tell you, up in those mountains, it gets cool, real cool, like need a jacket cool.
You distracted me.
Oh, tea. Yay, thank you. Yeah,
Are
so
those leaves still good, or should I replace them?
the little ones that were in there, they're not still good anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if there weren't flax farms in the highlands, like in the mountains, because that would be about the right climate. It's moist and it's cool, which is what flax loves. So they probably have their own. I actually didn't think to ask if they had started growing that there, because they have started growing, for instance, cacao beans are now being cultivated in Thailand. So it wouldn't surprise me if flax is now also. Yeah, that's a good question. Lithuanian versus Irish. I wonder what you recommend in regards to the best sourcing for linen. Irish. Irish is superior to my knowledge, to the state of my current knowledge. Irish is still superior to Lithuanian. And especially if you can get the vintage linen, Irish linen, that is definitely, that's the best. That is the best. Ireland's, yeah. Belgian linen is also really good. Now, Belgian versus Lithuanian, I don't know. I'd still probably go with Belgian. Lithuanian linen is really popular now, but I still feel like the Belgian is better quality. But I haven't done an up-close comparison of Lithuanian versus Belgian in ever, actually, side-by-side comparison, I mean. Whereas I have done side-by-side comparisons with Irish linen, and the vintage Irish linen especially is just better than anything you can get now. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Moving on, are any questions about clothing in Thailand? Clothing you can buy. That was a great question about the flax, by the way. And hemp does grow there. They grow hemp. Oh, by the way, traveling to Thailand, you lovers of the ganja, right? Thailand has put more. So Thailand decriminalized pot back in 2022, and that unfortunately led to a rush of recreational tourist tokers. And what has happened is that it has made neighborhoods stink and residents don't like it. And so Thailand has imposed new restrictions that require marijuana use to be only medical. So I would anticipate that probably over the next several years, you're going to see the closure of a lot of the pot cafes. Now, people will probably try to find ways around it, but the thing is that it was creating a very unpleasant environment for the Thai people. And so the government will respond per force, I think, to the pressures to actually enforce the rules. So if you like to go to Thailand to get high, that is going to be decreasingly possible, thankfully. I can't stand the smell of pot. It makes me sick, and I hate smelling it when I'm out and about enjoying an otherwise beautiful place.
Yeah, not this too.
Oh,
Not
right.
this kind of tea.
Yeah, speaking of green things.
Green things. The other one.
Yeah. Thailand is a tea cultivating country. They have tea plantations there.
They grow tea.
And so one of the things, for those of you who are tea lovers, I absolutely recommend that you go to tea plantations, you go to local tea shops, and you buy locally grown tea. So Thai tea, traditional, the really like traditional tea comes in a canister that looks like this, and you can tell it had a rough trip coming back from Thailand.
Yeah.
This is a metal tin. The lid sort of still fits in it. but it's a Thai blend, and so this is a black tea. Thai tea it's a black tea blend, and it has a very unique, rich flavor. But beware, a lot of Thai tea like this will also have artificial flavor enhancers, and some of it will come with sugar. Lots of sugar. Thai people love their sugar. So when you buy the Thai tea like this, make sure that you get the sugar-free version unless you really want instant diabetes. Right? But there's also lots of really nice proper teas that you can buy in Chiang Mai. Rameng is one of the plantations there. The Rameng Tea House in Chiang Mai is an absolute must visit. It's this gorgeous colonial style building relatively close to the Ping River, and it's got fantastically high ceilings, all of this gorgeous like Victorian style woodwork, and you can get whole leaf tea there. And so this is yellow tea. And we had never heard of I had never heard of yellow tea before. I've heard of like every color of tea, and I had never heard of yellow tea. And it actually is yellow when you steep it. And it has a completely different flavor profile from black tea, from God knows, from rooibos, from green tea, from white tea, right? It has a very different flavor profile. And so one of the things we like to do when we go to Thailand is buy whole leaf tea. And whole leaf is much superior to bags. For one, show you what this looks like. For one, it's much less waste, much less waste. It's also cheaper generally than buying bags because you don't have to pay for the processing, right? So good tea leaves you can actually eat just straight up, like a snack. It's really tasty. And yeah, so tea leaves for the win. And we bought all kinds of tea. We have bought all kinds of tea in Thailand. They also have butterfly pea. Tea is the wrong word because tea is technically something that comes from the Camellia sinensis plant, so actual tea leaves, whereas everything else is a tisane, is an herbal concoction or an herbal decoction. Right. So, but in Thailand, they have these beautiful little blue, like they look like little irises called butterfly peas. And they're super blue and they've got a very distinctive flavor. And it's a great way it's actually a great natural blue dye stuff for food because it creates this really vibrant blue, it has a light flavor, and it's all natural. So you can also you can buy in Thailand giant bags of butterfly pea flowers. And then in Thailand, they use that to dye for example, their mango sticky rice. We went to a cooking course where we ground up butterfly peas and we decocted them in coconut milk. And then we used that blue coconut milk to make our sticky rice. So our sticky rice was this gorgeous shade of blue contrasted with the beautiful yellow of the mango. It was really gorgeous. So you can not only drink the butterfly tea.
You can't tell.
Here, let me see. Let me, I thought we had a whole bag of them somewhere.
The bag.
No, I mean like just butterfly. No, you're right. This is traditional Thai tea, so the black Thai blend with butterfly tea mixed, the butterfly pea flowers mixed into it. Smells so nice. Really does. Smells quite lovely. And it makes a blue tea. It makes a very blue tea.
Alarmingly blue if you're not prepared.
Exactly, like alarmingly blue. You might be thinking to yourself, is that some chemical experiment? It is not. It is nature, actually. I need to try the blue tea. Yeah, the butterfly pea blossoms. I know you can probably get those now for people in the US or in Europe. So if you look up butterfly pea blossoms, or butterfly pea flowers, you should be able to get them. Yeah. What do butterfly peas taste like? It's a rich floral smell, light, like it has, I'm going to go wine snob on you here. It has hints of moss and vanilla, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not making that up, right? It's sweet. It's naturally sweet to start with, naturally sweet. So it has not just a sweet taste, but a sweet smell. Does that make sense? I don't know. Am I the only one who can smell sweet? I smell sweet. Am I alone in that? Is my brain wired strangely? I mean, yes, it is, but is it wired strangely in that regard as well? It smells sweet, and it has, it's got a very rich floral smell, definitely notes of vanilla, even actually because I can still smell it in my nostrils. It even has a little bit like hints of chocolate, like hints of milk chocolate. So it's a really complex flavor, and I find it very pleasant. And it makes mango sticky rice super delicious. It really does. And it would probably make a really good pudding too, especially for the summer. Yeah. Mom would have loved that. Blue was so her color. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely recommend trying some butterfly pea blossoms. And they look like little tiny blue purple irises is what they look like, honestly. Yeah. So yeah, tea is absolutely something you should get when you go to Thailand. And the further north you go, the more likely you're going to be to encounter actual tea plantations. So if you can manage it, try to find a tea plantation in Thailand and go take a tour of it. If you have never walked amongst tea rows, beautifully contoured rows of tea bushes before, you haven't lived. It's such a serenity inducing experience. It's just to be out there amongst these bushes that have been producing this delicious liquid, in some cases for centuries, depending on where you are. And it's peaceful and it's quiet, and the birds are singing because birds love tea plants. And yeah, can highly recommend visiting a tea plantation if you get the opportunity to do so. Yep. Yeah, tea bushes are absolutely a must try experience. Oh, there's some tea over here. Aha, someone made me more tea. Yay. Now, if you go to Thailand, it will be, and you order tea. If you order traditional Thai tea, if you order Thai iced tea, Thai milk tea, if you order any tea, and it's not at like a Japanese tea house, it is going to be sweet. You will have to request that they give you the not sweet version if you don't want it to be sweet enough to rot your teeth. Because Southern Asians, Southeast Asians, they love their sweets. They do. They just like it in a different way than we do in the US. But they like sweet things. So if you don't want your tea to be sweet enough to turn into ice cream or sorbet, you have to request for it not to have sugar added. And every place we went to, they understood that request. There was no language barrier in that regard. So don't worry about that. Just be mentally prepared. And honestly, that's probably going to be true in Korea as well. If you go to a coffee shop and you get one of their tea concoctions, I don't mean just like a sachet of tea in a cup, but if you get one of their tea lattes or their, God forbid, their tea frappes, the default will be sweet enough to kill a pancreas. So yeah, keep that in mind. No, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We're just talking about our recent trip to Thailand and going through some of the amazing handmade items that we found there. And I'm answering questions about traveling in and around Thailand and sharing, our experience as we go along. So if you're enjoying this, don't forget to double tap that screen and consider subscribing, everyone. So if you have questions about traveling to in and around Thailand, then really do let us know. Okay, moving on with our handmade items. So in Chiang Mai on Sunday night, there is something called a walking market. And it's called a walking market because they shut down the main thoroughfare going through the old city, about a mile long worth of road. And it's a really wide road. And it becomes a marketplace. And it's a place where where artisans set up their stalls and sell their wares directly to the public. And not only are they selling their wares, they're making them. So you can actually see the artisans doing their craft, making the items that you are about to buy. So you know who has made it. There's silver workers there, and there are lacquerware workers. And this is an example of these gorgeous lacquerware items that you can purchase there. Told you, we love containers in our household. And I like my containers to be beautiful. So we encountered this lacquerware worker while they were painting, doing this crazy ornate, detailed painting. So we got to see them making these items. And so we picked out a bunch of pieces, and she added it up, and we're like, here's the money, keep the change. And we tried to talk her up. She was trying to haggle us down because she had apparently overpriced her items in anticipation of haggling overpriced, in quotes. Meanwhile, I'm thinking to myself, I know the amount of the time it took you to get to be the expert in this art. I can see with my eyes how much time it takes you to make these. There is no way I'm giving you less money than this. So instead of fighting us on giving on the money side, she gave us an extra piece for free because we wouldn't haggle down. So I think we paid maybe a couple of dollars for this. Like when I say I felt awful that she wouldn't take more of my money, I mean it, right? So yeah, it's light, like it is as light as a feather. And that's a sign of a really true wooden item, is that it is as light as a feather. And you can store things in here, and we have stored things in here. You know, like if I'm going to have company over and I set up a tea, then I'll put like nuts or dried fruit or something in here. And then, you know, they can take it from this beautiful container. But check out some of these other items from the same artist. Look at this. Just absolutely gorgeous. Look at all of those tiny, tiny details that were worked into this. Like there's diapering on the background, right? All of this is hand painted into this. And then over top of that is layered the rest of it. I mean, even on the bottom, the part that will almost never be seen. And yet here you have this stunning design, carefully laid out, carefully plotted out. Again, it's as light as a feather. I mean, okay, it's a little heavier than the little box, but for its size, it is remarkably light. And again, I like to serve things. I like to serve food in this. I like to put fruit in it and have the fruit setting out in this beautiful bowl. There are no useless souvenirs in my household. But every time I look at this, I remember that amazing woman at the walking market in Chiang Mai. And I remember, I can actually see her right now. I can see her taking her little, the tube of paint that she used to do this and doing little tiny dots, carefully laid dots on another piece on which she was working while we were shopping her wares, right? And I think we paid maybe $10 for this. So now you understand why we tried. She refused to accept more money from us. Like she would not. It was a point of pride on her part almost. It was, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's seriously light as a feather. And that's the other nice thing about this is a souvenir. It's light, right? So if you have a baggage allowance, this might not actually impact that too much, right? Yeah, I especially love pottery in which the artist has paid attention to the bottom of the mug or the bowl, right? Same here. And even though it will almost never be in this position, right? It will almost never be in this position. Just knowing that it's there makes me happy. Yeah, hand wash only, no doubt. Yeah, 100% hand wash only. Like, no, don't put this in a washing machine. But it can be washed. She said, I asked her, she said it can be washed gently, warm water, soap, no problem. Don't scrub it. Don't scrub it with an abrasive thing, a nice soft cloth. You know, it really is kind of natural non-stick. So don't worry about that. Reverse haggling. Yeah, I absolutely tried to reverse haggle and she wouldn't take it. Because that's me. Let me show you some of her other amazing pieces here. Look at this tray. Beautiful. I mean, just the curve of the wood. I just love the curve of the wood, right? But look at this. It doesn't even fit in that direction, right? Trying to get the shine out. There we go. Now you can see all of that. Yeah. Yeah, luggage gorillas are pretty brutal. This survived flying from Thailand to Korea via, that would have probably been Cathay Pacific, via Hong Kong, via Hong Kong. Yeah, just the tiny details, all of the little details, all of those little lines, the swirls, all of the color, right? And Ursel Bear on the back as well. Once again, Look at the beautiful bottom and the motif in the center, the part that will almost never be seen ever. Yeah, these are, exactly, these are pieces of art. These are absolutely pieces of art. And again, I think we paid $10 for this. $10. It made me so upset that she wouldn't take more money. Yeah, we tried reverse haggling. I really tried because, again, as an artisan myself, I know how much effort this takes, right? Yeah. So if you go to Chiang Mai, night market is on Sunday night. It starts at about 5 p.m. It goes until about 10 p.m.-ish. It's in the center road of the city, and I can't remember what the name of the road is, but you will find it. Like, you can't not find it. There's going to be thousands of people streaming their way there, and it is absolutely worth it. And the fun thing about the night market is that all the temples along that main strip also are part of the night market. So there's all kinds of food stalls set up inside of them. You can get a foot massage. You know, the temples, people imagine temples as these sacred grounds where only the most sacred and ephemeral activities take place, but no, they're part of the market as well. And there's, you know, karaoke singing, and there's performers. It's a really great experience. But my favorite part of the walking market in Chiang Mai is absolutely the craftsmen, because none of the other markets have the craftsmen doing their working on their wares. So for those just joining, welcome to my Creative Contessa Thailand show and tell and travel vlog, basically. If you're enjoying, please double tap that screen and consider subscribing. So we're just now talking about some of the traditional Northern Thai lacquerware that you can buy at the walking market in Chiang Mai. These are my favorite kinds of souvenirs because they're useful. Again, I will serve food on this. I will put fruit on this and just leave it out. So there's nothing useless in my household. I don't believe in useless objects. I believe in beautiful objects that have a function. And here, this beautiful tray absolutely has a function. Right. And we bought a couple of other items, but they're not all here, and that's fine because I don't want to overwhelm you with beautiful artwork. Let me see. Is that a Felice behind me? I'm not certain what a Felice is. Tapestry? This tapestry? This is a tapestry. It's a real tapestry. It's not a green screen. Okay, other things you can and should buy in Thailand. Turned wooden items. There's a big community of professional wood lathers in Thailand who make beautifully turned wares. And so this is the pestle of a mortar and pestle that we purchased in Wararot Market, right? It is hand turned. This is turned from a single piece of wood. It is super, super solid. Look at the beautiful pattern of the wood on the inside there. It weighs, I think this thing weighs 10 pounds, maybe 15 pounds. It is heavy, but it's not as heavy as our granite one. So I'm very excited to be using this in our medieval cooking experiments. And it came with this very sizable pestle. You could really hurt someone with this thing. It is quite sizable. And again, it's hand turned. Look at that beautiful lathing, right? This cost us 600 baht, which is about $20. $20. Yeah, me for scale. It's, let me just measure across. It is, the opening is about 9 inches. So at the top, its opening, its aperture is 9 inches, and it is about 7 inches tall from at the deepest point to the top. So yeah, this is, again, $20 for a hand-turned mortar. Now, when you're mortar shopping for hand-turned wooden mortars, make sure to check and see that no cracking has happened. So one of the ones in this store did have cracking. That was a consequence of pretty certain of the wood drying. So you don't want that. You don't want that to already be happening before you've even had it and used it. And so I've been talking to various people about treating it. Apparently in Thailand, they don't finish the inside. They don't. They just use it. They wash it and they put it back. They don't treat the inside with anything. They don't temper it, is what I mean. They don't temper it. They don't season it with anything. They don't season it with any kinds of oils, no epoxies, none of that. They just they just use it as is. And yeah, I might be leaning towards honoring that tradition because I'm going to be using this for medieval cooking. And some people were concerned about, well, you're going to get not cross-contamination of, microbiota, but flavor cross-contamination. If you're using it for a sweet thing, then you don't want the flavor of pepper to be part of it. But the reality of medieval cuisine is that sweet and savory always go hand in hand. And so pepper is actually one of the spices that goes into a lot of so-called sweet dishes in medieval cuisine. So I'm considering whether I actually do want to, season it with oil, in which case linseed oil or walnut oil, or if I really just want to do what they do in Thailand. If you have thoughts on that, let me know. I was pretty surprised to hear that, actually. Yeah, this is a serious piece of wood. And yes, we brought this back as a carry-on, but wait for it. Wait for it. Wait until you see how we brought it back. Let me recreate the scene for you. Oh, wait. Yeah, this was in, yeah. So we actually, this was the carry-on. We actually as a carry-on on our flight, we had it in this cute kitty duffel tote bag that we got from Wara Road Market. So the journey came full circle, as it were. Yeah, even the oil can add flavor though too. So what is the wood? I will be honest, we don't know. And I should actually translate the tag to see if it does say. So I am not certain what kind of wood it is. It's definitely a dense wood. Yeah, it is for certain a dense wood. You can see the rings on the bottom. Maybe. Yeah. So it's a very dense wood. It's one that doesn't give in to large periods of wetness in terms of its tree rings. So I actually don't know what kind it is. I bet my Thai friends do, because it seems they're all made generally the same way. There seems to be a traditional style. Yeah, this bag is absolutely, it's a totally adorable bag. We love this bag so much. It became our go-to bag for shopping in Thailand. Anytime we were going out and going to go shopping, we brought this bag with us because we bought it at Wara Road Market. See, look, it becomes a cute little bag. I see. It can become nice, easy over-the-shoulder bag. And then when you need it to carry your giant wooden mortar that you've just bought, it can become a giant, huge bag, like so. Very convenient. Yeah. Eric, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so I actually think, Ryan, were there any other purchases that we made that I haven't discussed? I think that might be all of the purchases. Okay, so those were all of our purchases. Scissors. Scissors. So, everyone, there was a bit of a stupidness at the beginning of our trip because we were going to be working on sewing medieval clothes on our trip, which a little bit happened, but not as much as probably should have. And so we had scissors with us, and I thought the scissors were in the checked baggage, and they were not. Our beautiful tailor's shears. Our Korean tailor shears turned out to have been hiding in the carry-on bag. And when we went through security at Incheon, they flagged my bag for searching. And I thought to myself, what on earth is in there that they could possibly want to see? Well, they pulled out my beautiful tailor shears, and without even asking me if I wanted to take them back and check them, they threw them in the trash for me. So, yeah. So when we were in Chiang Mai, therefore, we went to Wara Road Market, which is where you go for all of the sewing notions. If you need snips, you're looking for the snips?
No, I mean the snips are already.
Oh yeah, we bought a whole bunch of snips there also, like for 20 cents each. Right, so you can get all of that Wara Road Market, and we got this nice pair of shears there at Wara Road Market. Did we buy the other ones too? We didn't, right?
We did not.
We didn't, yeah.
We talked about it a
Yeah.
lot.
All metal, nice and sharp. We actually ended up not using them, as you see, but that's okay. Because I think we spent, these are made in Thailand, or no, these are made in Taiwan. These are made in Taiwan. Bought them in Thailand, and they looked super sharp, and they're solid metal, of course, very important. So we ended up buying a new pair of shears when we were in Thailand. Yeah. They definitely, actually, we can open them. Let's see if they're as nice as they look. Oh, the silk, the slubby silk. Where is the slubby silk?
Oh, that stuff.
Right, because I've told you you can buy hand woven fabric in Warorot Market. You can also buy hand spun silk. So we ended up buying, I'm probably going to commission someone else to make something out of it because I don't have time to learn to knit. I've got too many other things on my plate at the moment. But we bought some hand spun slubby silk that was hand dyed. It's beautiful, yeah. Yeah, look at this. Hand spun silk, dyed green. I'm going to have it knit into something. I don't know what yet, but something. And I'm really excited to see what this becomes. So we were able to buy this. It was 1,000 baht a kilogram. So that's like $30 a kilogram. Yeah, $30 a kilogram for this hand spun, hand dyed silk. So very excited about that purchase too. Something else you can buy in Warorot Market. And here are the shears. Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. Can you hear that? That is the sound of a nice pair of shears. Ooh, that is a gorgeous sound. For those of you who sew, you know what I mean. Yeah, so yeah, we got hankies. Yes, we got hanks of silk while we were there. Yeah, knit green silk is going to make a gorgeous jumper or something. But you know what? Maybe they can make me a nice fitted, like the tunica style jumper. Yeah, like one that actually follows my curves. I don't like big baggy sweaters. Maybe you all figured out I don't like baggy clothes in general. But yeah, these sound really nice. Oh, and they're hollow on the inside. I've never seen that before. That is interesting. Yeah, that makes a nice sound. Do they come left-handed? You could probably ask for left-handed scissors. You can kind of use these left-handed.
You definitely want to get specifically left-handed scissors.
Yeah. Do they come left-handed? I don't know. Probably these days, especially. What is the yardage on the silk hanky? Oh, I don't know. They sell by weight. Yeah, they sell by weight. And that's true in a lot of places in the world. When you buy fabric or you buy yarn or thread, it's by weight, not by length. So you won't know how much it is. It's the amount here. Because if you think about it, that actually makes a little more sense than buying by length, because the amount of material that goes into it, actual fiber that is contained within it, is more indicated by the weight than by the length. So in a lot of places you buy by weight. Yeah. Let me see. Once I got good quality left-handed scissors, I never looked back. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, and I'm sorry. Yeah, left-handed can be so hard to be left-handed in this world. It really can. My poor middle child, Darius, he's left-handed, and he's just basically taught himself to do a bunch of stuff right-handed because it wasn't worth fighting the tools, in essence. Yep. Yeah.
Did you talk about the smelling salts?
The smelling salt. Oh, not the smelly stuff. Yeah, let's talk about the smelly stuff. I forgot about the smelly stuff. I miss the smelly stuff.
and the hanging kitty.
Oh, the kitty hanger. Yeah, I forgot the kitty hanger. You kitty lovers are gonna love this.
Public service announcement.
Which one?
About the smelling salts and kitties.
Oh, yes. Okay, so something that's very popular in Thailand is smelling jars. They're not really salts, but it's generally menthol is one of the main things, but it has other spices and herbs in it, and it's literally for just smelling. And you can buy these at any convenience store, at any drugstore, at any grocery store. They have a section of it, so you can buy different kinds of these smelling jars. And you see people using them, especially on the metro. They'll take the jar out, take a whiff, and put it back away. And I asked my friends why, and they said, my Thai friends, like, is there a specific function? And they're like, we just like the way it smells. And honestly, there are places in Thailand, as there are everywhere in the world, but Thailand in particular, especially in the urban areas, where things don't smell so fresh, like rotting trash. And that's not me being pejorative. I mean, there's piles of trash rotting in the sun. And that definitely does not smell good. So I could absolutely see having one of these jars, opening it up and walking past the rotting garbage while breathing in this menthol smelling jar. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you have kitties, menthol is toxic to kitties. So don't let your kitty smell this. Our kitty smelled it. Thankfully, she didn't lick it. She just smelled it. And she started foaming at the mouth. And we took her right to the vet because we were worried she was going to die. And the vet said, don't worry, she hasn't been poisoned. She just got a little smell of it. But menthol is toxic to kitties. So don't let your kitty smell this. But this is something, it's very common in Thailand. And they come in plastic glass jars as well, which is nice. And the menthol does give you a bit of a perk up. It does clear your sinuses. So, you know, it's a nice thing. Ryan's gotten a little hooked on it, actually. And when you go to a really nice massage parlor, massage spa in Thailand, sometimes they'll give you a little jar of this with their proprietary blend to take home so that whenever you smell it, you're thinking of them. Then when you come back, you'll go back to them. Yeah. So smelly jars. I don't know how better to describe it. It's not salts. It's definitely different than that. But yeah, do not let your cats smell this. Okay, there is one more item that we purchased while we were in Chiang Mai in Wararot Market. Another little handmade item. This is it's just a bag hanger. You know, I know some people like to actually hang things from their bags, right? Just decorative things. And this is one such thing. I don't know if I'll be able to, good enough, right? So you can just hang this little cute decorative kitty from your bag. And we got this as a gift for the young lady who took care of our little fur babies while we were gone. And it's super cute. It's all natural, made of cotton. So nothing, again, no petrochemicals in it. So hopefully she'll love this thing. Yep. Okay. Well, everyone, that is all of our purchases. So if you all, would you all be interested in hearing some of our main travel tips for Chiang Mai? I had it all. Yes. I've got some key suggestions if you're interested in learning about where to go, what to eat, what to see. Because I think we have absolutely gotten through everything we bought on the last 2 trips. And now we don't know where we're going to put it all because our current abode is way too small for us, but that's okay. Okay, yeah, it is this little hanger is super cute. She is super cute. I'm just going to take a hit of my oolong tea from the Araksa Tea House in Bangkok. So in Bangkok, in the old town, there is this tea house called the Araksa Tea House. I can highly recommend it. It's a beautiful space, really decorated in this beautiful traditional style, but sort of with a contemporary flair. Araksa Tea House. But the afternoon tea it's so sweet. It was so carbohydrate laden that we could barely eat we left 70% of the food behind. So if you don't want refined carbohydrates, just go there and just get the tea. They have some really nice actual Thai dishes that you can order, like the chicken satay was chef's kiss amazing. But the tea service, the afternoon tea service was just, oh God, it was scones and pastries and cookies and it's just way too much sweet stuff. But you can also, they have their own tea plantation. So again, you can buy their tea while you're there. And this is actually one of their oolong teas. It's I forget the specific cultivar of the oolong, but it's a very nice one. So one of my favorite souvenirs are ones that are useful and consumable. Yes, this will eventually go away, but in the meanwhile, I have these beautiful memories of Thailand with every sip that I take. Okay, so Araksa Tea House in Bangkok, absolute must. And you might want to consider reservations. If you go on the weekend, you want reservations. If you go during the week, you should be fine. It is not cheap by Thai standards. It's expensive by high income country standards. It's pretty affordable. Okay, so in Chiang Mai itself, right? So Chiang Mai is in northern Thailand. As many of you have heard me say before, that is the Lana Kingdom. So that is, it's its own culture, it's its own history, and that means it has its own cuisine also. So if you go to Thailand, I really recommend you get up into the highlands. And not just Chiang Mai, you can go to Chiang Rai. There's all these beautiful scenic places up there, and the food is so very different from food in central and southern Thailand. It's much more mild. I think the flavors are more nuanced and more varied and more interesting. And don't get me wrong, I love central Thai food. Love it. So that's not a criticism, it's just a pure comparison. It's a more spices are actually utilized, like as in cinnamon and cloves and cardamom and grains of paradise because of connections through Burma. Burmese culture severely influenced Lana culture. And so a lot of the food up there is also of a similar mien. So I can really recommend you must go and try Northern Thai food. My favorite Northern Thai dish is Geng Hang Le, also known as Hin Le, and I think that's closer to the Burmese. It's a pork belly curry, basically. It's this pork belly stew, and it's cooked down until it's thick and delicious, and the collagen from the skin of the pork belly just melts into it, and the spice blend, and basically use a kind of specific masala spice blend in this dish, along with galangal and ginger and garlic and some random jungle herbs. It is absolutely scrumptious. So Geng Hang Le is something you absolutely must try. And if you'd like to experience the traditional kantok style dining of northern Thailand, the kantok is the tray table that we showed you in our tour of the Lana Traditional House Museum. And so if you'd like to experience that kind of food, then I really recommend this restaurant called Huen Pen. Huen, H-U-E-N, Pen, P-H-E-N. The P-H is not a F sound, it's a P sound. Huen Pen in the old city of Chiang Mai. It's all northern, most of it is northern Thai cuisine, and you can actually order a set menu that comes out on the tray. And so you don't even have to make your choices. You can just try all these different things. One of the very traditional styles of eating in northern Thailand is that you have a curry like the Geng Hang Le, and you actually serve crudité with it. So just all these different raw leaves, just random jungle weeds, basically, and raw vegetables that are local vegetables, and you just eat that with the Geng Hang Le. You actually dip it in the sauce, and then you eat it. So you get the extra flavor from the herbs or the vegetables because they are nicely pungent, and you get the beautiful, soft, delicate, nuanced flavors of the stew. It's a really great combination. Yeah. Sorry, Brandon. Food is a religion in my family, so you're going to have to hear me wax poetic about it. Hey, you all said keep going. You had to know this was coming. Yeah, so, and I love the idea of the crudité of these raw leaves and these raw herbs, these leafy raw herbs and these raw vegetables, because you get the full nutritional value combined with this really refined stew. It's such a wonderful philosophical blend. So you'll also they also have a bunch of different dips. Is a crude understatement of what it is, to be frank, but they've got all of these, they translate them as dips too, made of a combination of different herbs and different spices, some of them very spicy, some of them not spicy at all. There's a lot of pork is very popular. If you like offal, not awful, offal, O-F-F-A-L, if you like the innards, heart, intestines, liver, kidneys, northern Thai cuisine has a lot of that. So there's blood stew, there's blood sausage, there's, different kinds of these dips that I said are made with like chopped up heart and chopped up liver and then all the spices. And then you take your sticky rice, you make a little ball of a little bit of the sticky rice and you dip that in this dip and then just pop it in your mouth. So that's also very prevalent in northern Thai cuisine. Alas for us, and me in particular, I do not like most of the offal. The only intestines I like are small intestines casings that encompass beautiful, yummy pork belly sausage. I don't want large intestines. No. And I definitely liver, kidneys, filters. No. Heart, the heart's okay. It's not great. It's not awful. I guess it's not awful. Ha ha ha. I guess I could eat heart if I were hungry, like really hungry, but I'd have to be at the point of starvation to eat kidney or liver. Like not metaphorically. I mean, like I'm gonna die if I don't eat it. That's how little I like kidney and liver. So, but there is a lot of that in Northern Thai cuisine, just like there used to be that in European cuisine. Let's be frank. Before the 20th century, in Europe and America, we ate everything. We ate the whole damned animal. There was not a part of the animal that went to waste. If it couldn't be eaten, it was turned into glue or leather or some other material, right? But we ate all of the edible parts. I know that my grandmother and my I know my grandmothers, plural, grew up eating all of those parts. So, we used to be that way as well. It is still that way, however, in Northern Thailand. So there will be a lot of dips on that platter that some of them you might not like. But you know what? The beautiful thing about a set menu is you can try things that you might not have otherwise ordered for yourself, and you might discover something you love, or you might discover your worst culinary enemy. But it's the adventure, right? Like that's what I love about a buffet, to be frank. You maybe can tell I don't eat a lot in terms of quantity, although I can put back more than you would think. But buffets, I like buffets for the variety. I like being able to try a lot of different things in one setting because I enjoy the spice of life, right? The life is about trying different flavors all in one sitting. So that's the great thing about a set menu. Yeah. Head cheese. Yes, head cheese. Yeah, head cheese, exactly. Head cheese indeed. Ursel, yeah, so the dish is Genghang Le, and it's spelt different ways because, of course, the original alphabet is not the Roman alphabet. So I have seen it spelled Gaeng space Hang space Lei is one of the ways I've seen it spelled. But if you look up Northern Thai pork belly stew, Burmese, you'll probably find it. It's amazing. And it's actually not super hard to make. It really isn't. It's absolutely to die for. And you can adjust the level of spice, right, based on your own personal preference. Yeah. Yeah. We are fortunate. We are fortunate to live in a time, for those of us in high income countries, where we don't have to eat all those parts anymore, right? We're fortunate. But there was a time when we all did, when the alternative was starvation, actually. Not long ago, not even that long ago in our past. Okay, so Huen Pen in Chiang Mai for Northern Thai cuisine. There's a large Burmese community, immigrant community in Chiang Mai, because of its proximity to what is now called Myanmar, but was called Burma, even apparently by the Burmese until relatively recently. And there's, of course, a civil war happening there. Okay, maybe not, of course. Maybe you didn't know. There's a bad, nasty civil war happening in Myanmar at the moment. And so there are large swaths of the population that have fled and settled in Thailand. So in Chiang Mai, they actually have multiple Burmese restaurants. So you can get real Burmese food there. And there is this fantastic Burmese tea house called Ninme, Ninme with an accent aigu, which is the accent that points upward in the right-hand direction. Right, so the Ninme Burmese tea house. It's in this beautiful teakwood building, old school, just on the other side of the Ping River in Chiang Mai, close to the old city, but on the other side of the river. And it's the servers are friendly. They speak great English. They have Burmese tea as well, because Burma is the first place where tea was consumed historically. Maybe you didn't know that, but tea was first consumed not as a beverage, but as a food. So Burma has tea leaf salad, fermented tea leaf salad as one of its traditional dishes, and you can get fermented tea leaf salad at the Ninme Burmese tea house in Chiang Mai, and it is life altering. Burmese salads are out of this world. They're composite salads, which means there's a lot of different ingredients mixed in, and so you get crunchy, you get the soft, pungent, sour fermentation of the tea leaves with all the umami. You get the You get salty and crunchy from mixtures of various kinds of nuts mixed into it. There's some fruit in there. There's like some shredded root vegetables, all with a delicate salad dressing that is sour and sweet and not just, it's not even very spicy at all. Life altering. It was so delicious. And of course, Burma has its own curries. So at the Ninmei Tea House, not only can you get tea, by the way, the tea is complimentary. There's a tea dispenser with oolong tea that you can just go and help yourself to, but you can also order their special tea as well if you want. And then you can also order curries to go with it. Yeah, absolutely lovely experience. The Ninmei Burmese Tea House. And it was recommended by a Burmese friend of mine that we made while we were there this last time, who is also a Burmese refugee. And he recommended that we go to this place, and he was spot on. It was a really neat building. They've got indoor seating. They've got outdoor seating in the back under the building with all these great antiques. And they have kitties. So, you know, I think that's a win-win-win for my money. Yeah, so yeah, yes, I do belly dancing also, just not as part of my YouTube endeavors. It's my own thing for just me. Just me. Anyway, right. So Ninmei Burmese Tea House. Absolute must visit if you're there. Tea houses. There's a bunch of tea houses in Chiang Mai. Unfortunately, we've got a Burmese tea house. There's a fantastic Japanese tea house called Mago Koro, which is on outside of the old city, very close to the Ping River, sort of actually near the abandoned Chiang Mai Plaza Hotel, which is real weird, by the way. Talk about that later. And Mago Koro, it was built in a teak house, an antique teak house, a historic teak house, and they expanded the teak house and turned it into a Japanese style home with a beautiful Japanese garden. And I've got a short video on this channel you can check out later showing the tea from the actual process of serving up the tea, because they serve tea in little tiny beautiful pots with little tiny beautiful cups and little traditional Japanese sweets with it. It's award-winning whole leaf tea from Japan. Super high quality stuff. And they have one tea at Mago Koro that is so high quality that after you're done drinking it, they take the tea leaves and they turn it into a little tiny salad for you. They actually mold the leaves so that they make this perfect little dome, and they bring you chopsticks, really dangerously sharp wooden chopsticks, and this tiny little bowl of black vinegar, sesame oil, and soy sauce, and then you eat the rest of the tea leaves. Life-altering experience. I've now started eating the leftover tea leaves from our pots of tea, because why waste it? I realize there's still so much flavor left in these tea leaves. So yeah, you can do that at Mago Koro and enjoy an actual traditional Japanese experience. I know you're saying to yourself, but we're in Chiang Mai. Where are the Thai tea experiences? Well, I was never able to find one. Found a Burmese tea, found Japanese tea, but it seems like no one has decided that probably at this point resurrecting traditional Thai tea service is worth it yet. Because even the Raming Tea House is a colonial style tea house. So they're serving, it's more of a fusion affair where they are serving tea that's grown in Thailand, but it's not in a particularly traditional Thai environment or with traditional Thai tea things. So yeah. But hopefully at some point, someone will get the idea to, honestly, maybe they might have to resurrect the traditional Thai tea service at this point. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, Mago Koro Tea House, the Raming Tea House, for the more colonial Thai tea experience. Also gorgeous building with beautiful, beautiful gardens. But everyone, mosquitoes are a reality in Thailand. It's a freaking tropical country. There's going to be mosquitoes. And so you will want to take precautions if you are bothered by mosquitoes. You will want all the citronella. You will want to maybe cover as much of your body as you can. But I will tell you that these mosquitoes, they are not deterred by fabric. Fabric is not something that slows these little bastards down. So you will get bitten through your clothing. So if you sit out in those garden areas, you are very likely to become a meal for the mosquitoes. So keep that in mind. There is a price to pay for sitting out in the garden when these restaurants have garden facilities. Alas. right? You can also get, so we actually had Yunnan food, traditional food from the Yunnan province in China, because there is a large community of Yunnan immigrants in Chiang Mai. There's actually a large community of Chinese immigrants over several different generations of history, especially during the Maoist Revolution. A lot of Chinese people resettled in Thailand because they were the wealthy who were being persecuted by Mao's revolution, and so they fled. So there's different layers of generations of Chinese immigrants in Thailand, some of them more recent, some of them less recent, but still kind of in some ways holding on to some of their traditional Chinese culture from wherever their specific regions originally were. So you can actually get some pretty good authentic Chinese food in Thailand and in Chiang Mai. There are 2 restaurants that we tried that were Chinese restaurants, and at both of them, we were the only white people. Everyone else was Chinese, which is great, just fine with me. So, it's got to be decent if that's where all the Chinese tourists are going. But one of them was actually called Yunnan, like the Yunnan province, and it's a little hole in the wall. The husband and wife team own it, and she's the cook, and she is from the Yunnan province. He's actually Burmese, interestingly. And so we were actually able to try Yunnan mashed potatoes for the first time. I've seen this dish in food history documentaries, and I've been wanting to try it for years now. Yunnan is one of the first places in Eurasia, Africa, to have uptaken potatoes. So potatoes are a Colombian exchange food stuff, right? So they come from the Andes originally, actually. And it took potatoes a long time to actually be accepted by people living in Africa, Asia, and Europe. And the Yunnan province is one of the first places to have done so. And so they have their own mashed potato dish that is mind-blowingly delicious. It is mashed potatoes mixed with fermented mustard greens. So you get the super soury jolt from the mustard greens that are chopped into it. And there's garlic and there's onions also that are sauteed all together. The mashed potatoes are sauteed with all of this. And along at the same time with sesame oil, right? And so the potatoes are, there's chunks still in it, and those chunks are like weirdly fluffy, and the mash itself gets a little bit gluey, but not unpleasantly gluey. I know gluey doesn't sound like it could ever be pleasant, and yet it somehow is. So you get the natural sweetness of the cooked potatoes because, cooked starch is basically a sugar, and you get the sour and the sharp sour from the fermented mustard greens and the jolt of energy from the mustard greens and the flavors of the caramelized onion and garlic all mixed together. Yunnan mashed potatoes are might be my new favorite way to eat potatoes. Full stop. Full stop. Yeah. Okay, so comments. Rachel, for those who don't know, the Contessa. Some of you know me as Rachel. Yeah, thank you for listening to me. Yeah. Our kids both lived in Pittsburgh and advised that I wanted to find the Asian restaurants where the Asian students went. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, these Yunnan mashed potatoes, look up a recipe for it. If you can get good fermented mustard greens, then you can make them. And apparently at this restaurant Yunnan in Chiang Mai, they make their own fermented mustard greens. And you could tell, right? There is no preservatives in this. So super sour. So super sour. I mean, it was a shocking but wonderfully shocking flavor combination. The sweet of the potato, the natural sweet of the potatoes with that electric nature of the fermented mustard greens. Best, maybe now I've got to go make some. First, I've got to go ferment my own mustard greens. First, I have to go buy my mustard greens and then ferment them. Yeah, it sounds really delicious. Well, thank you, Brandon. My parents chose it, so I can't take any credit for it, but it is a pretty name. Rachel is actually Rachel in Hebrew, means female sheep. It means you, which in, the Old Testament is, of course, an animal of great value. So it was a compliment in the Old Testament. Okay. If you're looking, so Thailand in general, what we have learned traveling to Thailand all these years is that Thailand, Thai people love spectacle, right? They don't want, if they go out to eat, they just as often want entertainment as they want food. And they want the entertainment to be big and loud, and they want the food to be big and loud. So if you're in Chiang Mai, there's a couple of big and loud food options we can recommend. And there's a big and loud food option in Thailand, in Bangkok, we can now recommend. So in Chiang Mai, there's this fantastic, and some of you have heard me talk about it in a recent vlog, but I'm going to mention again for those who missed it, right? Khao Mau Khao Phang. Khao Mau Khao Phang. It's outside of the actual proper old city of Chiang Mai. You'll need to take a taxi to get there. You don't want to walk. Trust me. One of my very few complaints about Thailand is that it's not very walkable. And generally the only people you see walking are tourists. And there's a good reason for that. But Khao Mau Khao Phang it's a rainforest restaurant. It's like if the Rainforest Cafe at the various Disney Worlds and Disneylands were actually a rainforest, because Thailand is actually a rainforest. And so this restaurant is in fact in the middle of a chunk of rainforest, and it's giant. And it feels like you're in this great hall that if the rainforest were to design its own architecture, that's what this restaurant would be. And the bathrooms lean so heavily into the rainforest theme that you might have problems finding both the stalls, because you might mistake it for a tree, and you might have problems finding the sinks, because we all did. We all had problems finding the sinks. And then we had problems figuring out how to turn on the little tree branch faucets. Leans really heavily into it. It's fantastic. And it's the kind of place where you go with a bunch of friends and you just order a bunch of dishes and you put them all out on the table and you just enjoy this tableside buffet. And at restaurants like this, they actually provide real service, by which I mean, if you order a bottle, sorry, speaking of water, I need some tea. If you order drinks, and they come any kind of drink, tea, water, soda, beer, wine, whatever, they'll put all the drinks in a cart that's next to your table, and the servers will keep an eye to see when your cup is empty, and they will refill your cup from the bottle. Right? It's just this extra layer of service that's so nice. They don't bother you. They don't talk to you. I mean, if you get their attention, they'll talk to you, but it's not like they're constantly coming and saying, "Would you like some more water? Would you like some more?" No, they just come up and they bring it quietly and walk away. So you actually have a dedicated set of servers, and they really are dedicated for your table. They're not serving other tables generally at these kinds of restaurants in Thailand. So it feels really, really posh, actually. Right. So at Khao Mau Khao Phang, they have a whole section of northern Thai food. So you can definitely get your Thai food fix there. Everything was delicious, even though it's like this mass restaurant where they serve hundreds of people, on any given evening. The food still manages to be really delicious. So yeah, Khao Mau Khao Phang, definitely a recommended experience. It is worth the cost of the taxi ride. But remember, everyone, that if you come from a high-income country, taxis in Thailand are going to seem dirt cheap. There will be no reason for you to rent a car. Don't rent a car. Just get the Bolt app on your phone, and wherever you want to go, get the Bolt driver to take you there. And sometimes you can work up a deal with your Bolt driver to become your driver for the day, and he'll just take you, he or she, actually we did have female Bolt drivers, they will just take you to a whole bunch of different sites, and they'll come up with the itinerary for you at the drop of a hat. We've done that before too. So, don't rent a car. Don't stress. You don't want to ruin your trip to Thailand by engaging on the roads as a driver. No, you're not going to want that. That's not an experience. I guess that's an experience the adrenal junkies could want. Is that why they have Oscar-worthy performances for commercials? Yeah, Cassandra, 100%. 100%. Absolutely. That is absolutely why they love it. And so in Chiang Mai, there is this, it's called a Kantoke restaurant. Khantoke, one word, Kantoke restaurant. And it is a cast of thousands kind of experience. They have basically built this like royal palace like compound with beautiful pavilions and traditional floor seating, everything made out of gorgeous teak wood, gilding, all the beautiful traditional northern Thai motifs everywhere. And then you get a feast. You get a royal Northern Lana feast. And then it's performance, traditional Thai dancing for like 2 or 3 hours, traditional Thai ballet. It's gorgeous, it's stunning, and they've got some of the fun creatures. It's not all serious. They've got some fun, like animals. Like imagine the dragons from Lunar New Year celebrations where you've got multiple people manipulating the dragon, but not just dragons. They've got like deer and other fun animals that go in and interact with the audience. I've got a bunch of videos about that, short videos on this channel if you want to see what that was like. It is an amazing experience. So if you go to Chiang Mai, you should go to the Kantoke restaurant. I forget exactly what it was called, but Kantoke was definitely in the name. And it's like, well outside of the old city. You'll have to take a boat to get there. Again, if you're coming from a high income country, it will not be that expensive. It will be fine. And it's going to be a several hour experience, so buckle in. But it is quite lovely. And actually they come around, and we don't usually take part of this stuff. They will come around and they will actually take your picture. And those are how the servers and performers are dressed. And then they will put it in this nice frame and sell it to you. Unfortunately, whatever kind of film they use to print this out, it definitely has not done well exposed even peripherally to sunlight. But we did actually buy, we never do this. We never pay for those pictures they take, but we did this time. It's a hand-painted frame. Hand-painted frame. So hand-painted silk frame. So we did take advantage of it there, and I'm glad we did. Ryan, are you there? Are you glad we did? I don't know if he went to sleep. Yeah, so absolutely something you must do. There is an equivalent place, somewhat equivalent place in Bangkok called Tawandang German Brewery. I know, you're going to say to me, what do you mean a German brewery in Bangkok? Well, Bangkok and Chiang Mai also, they're very international. And there's a German brew house. A Thai gentleman decided he wanted to brew German style beer in Bangkok. And so he went to Germany and he studied beer making, and he set up a brewery in Bangkok, and then he built around it, not just a restaurant. Oh, no, no, no. It's a restaurant and a show. This restaurant has a huge stage, like Broadway size stage. And they put on throughout the entire evening endless performances, music and song performances, music, song, and dance performances. To the point, they've got traditional Thai music. I just posted a short with that so you can hear what that music sounds like, traditional Thai music. They've got pop music. They've got Thai pop music being sung. They've got American pop music being sung. Aerosmith was covered. They've got music and dance numbers like from musicals. And so it's loud. So don't go there if you want to have a conversation, because you're just going to be screaming at each other all night like you're in some kind of nightclub. But again, it's feast style food where you just order a bunch of things and you share amongst everyone. They've got Thai food, not Northern Thai food, Central Thai food. They've got Thai food. They had sashimi on the menu, and they had like 4 German dishes on the menu. And so you just order a bunch of things and you share with the table. And again, you have your own dedicated team of servers who refill your beverages and, replace when dishes are emptied out. They take away the dirty things. They're constantly clearing your table off, so you always have a nice space on which to eat. So that's Tawandang German Brewery. I can't make this stuff up, in Bangkok. Yeah, so, this seems to be, the more we've traveled in Thailand, the more we've experienced these cast of thousands kinds of restaurants. And when you see that it's lots of Thai people who are there, it's not really just tourists. Lots of Thai people go to these places. So it's a really great, it's like Thailand has taken aspects of Western style dining and absolutely made it their own. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah, Oscar for list. Okay. Okay, are there any final questions, everyone? We've actually been streaming for 2 hours now. If you've just relatively recently joined us, don't forget to double tap that screen to like, consider subscribing. I'll be doing some more, I'm going to be returning with our cruising craziness with my two friends from the cruising industry because we've got so much more cruising craziness to discuss and share with you. And there's been more craziness in the cruising world. So we'll be talking about that. I'll be looking at my schedule and trying to figure out where I can work that in. This week is kind of crazy busy for me. Oh, travel news from Thailand, though. Oh my goodness. Travel news from Thailand. There has been not good news. Okay, so we have lots of friends in Thailand. We love going to Thailand, but it has its downsides. It is a developing country. And there was a very nasty car accident while we were there on Monday. Wait, no, Saturday. It was Saturday while we were there, this past Saturday. So a week and a bit ago, a train T-boned a bus at a crossing. And this is a crossing. This is Makasan train station. It's where the air rail link meets up with the trains, the actual regular train system in Bangkok. And so it's a place where lots of tourists go. And unfortunately, there are too many cars in Thailand. There's too many motor vehicles, not just cars, too many motor vehicles for the roads that they have. And unfortunately, there almost have to be that number of motor vehicles because the public transit system isn't good enough that they can really eliminate it. It's not extensive enough. And unfortunately, many of these intersections in Bangkok are such that if you don't ignore the light and just go forward anyway, even though the light is turned yellow, and sit in the intersection, you might never get through the intersection. And so we've seen it lots of times where there are vehicles sitting on the tracks just waiting for the light to change. Well, in this case, the light didn't change in time, and the bus driver and the train driver they tested positive for drugs. In one case, narcotics, and I don't know what the drugs on the bus driver were. So there is apparently a system. This is a known problem, not the driving under the influence of drugs, but the intersections. It's a known problem. And this particular intersection with the train crossing and the road intersection, this must have been horrifying for the poor person who was there. They have a human there with flags that actually monitors to see whether the tracks are clear of vehicles and actually signals to the train to either keep going or to stop. Well, he had signaled to the train to stop, but the driver was drugged up and didn't stop. And so the driver just plowed right through the bus, didn't stop at all, apparently. So a whole bunch of people dead and injured. So this is, and in the article, it said this is actually kind of not common, it'd be too strong a word, but it happens often enough that it's a problem. So just be aware that's one of the reasons I prefer to take trains. This is a cargo train. This was the cargo line. This wasn't the passenger train line. But I'd rather be in the train than in the bus in that particular interaction. So these are the kinds of things that can happen. They happen in the US too, by the way, although usually without someone there to try to stop the train. So it can happen. It happened in Bangkok, but apparently it seems to happen more often in Bangkok than one might like. Yeah, really, really not good. Jesus. Yeah, trains take a long distance to stop. They do, Ursel. They really do. And see, that's the thing. The system is such that the human was positioned in a way that it should have been enough time to stop because it's a cargo train and they're not going very fast, happily, because this part of Bangkok, you're not going to be going very fast. He shouldn't have been going very fast. Oh, I didn't think about that because because he was under the influence of drugs, he might have been going too fast also. That would be great. Yes, but trains do take a long time to stop. They are massive vehicles and there's a lot of momentum built up behind them. So yeah, it's resulted in, of course, massive investigations, sadly, a lot of deaths, a lot of fatalities, a lot of injuries. So it's just something to keep in mind if you're traveling in places like that where the road infrastructure is actually probably not sufficient for the number of people trying to use it. Stay far back from those crossings. Don't be near them. Oh, going to the gym? Okay. Okay, well, that's closing. I don't want to close on that sad note. Let's close on a happier note. Oh, wow. Mike says 20 years since I've seen a train in person and I'm in Canada. Good God. Wow. That's wow. Wow. I specifically live in places with passenger trains because I don't like driving places in cars if I don't have to. I prefer to minimize my time in a car. I'd much rather be on a metro or a train for many, many reasons. Cars make me sick. But also the rate of accidents, the number of people who die a year in train accidents is much, much smaller than per capita, per passenger, I guess, maybe, than the number of people who die or injured in cars. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Are there any final questions about traveling in and around Thailand? Are there any questions about travel in general? Anything we discussed today where I didn't answer your question? Go ahead and I'm going to take another sip of tea. So I'm going to give you one more chance. And for those who haven't yet, please double tap that screen and consider subscribing. I would also like to thank my channel members who support my work and my patrons on Patreon. Remember, if you become a patron on Patreon or a channel member, then you get access to extra footage that other people never get to see, including travel tips and unedited travel vlogs where you get to see me saying the bad words. No, very often I just publish things that I think would only be interesting to my members as members only content. Really detailed stuff that the average YouTuber maybe isn't interested in seeing so much. Did I have fun? Oh, yes, we go to Thailand pretty frequently because in Asia it's pretty easy to get to and we have lots of friends there. We love going to Thailand. It has so many positives. We have friends there, so that's nice. Always good to know people when you're going to a place. We love the food. We love the music. We love the traditional clothing. We love the aesthetics. We love all the temple complexes. I love forests, rainforests especially. So northern Thailand is particularly lovely. Being big tea people, Thailand is definitely a good place to go for tea. I love all of the handcrafts and I love being able to see the craftsmen doing the thing. And now in Thailand, especially in Chiang Mai, there are lots of workshops where you can go and learn to do these things. They have a waist loom weaving workshop now in Chiang Mai. They've got bamboo basket weaving workshops. They've got painting workshops. So you can actually increasingly go and actually learn to do these traditional handcrafts. Thai people are super friendly and super welcoming. And so that's, it's wherever we've stayed, the employees at those hotels or those bed and breakfasts, at the restaurants, they've always made us feel welcome and in a genuine way, not in that plastified, artificial Stepford Wives way, if you get my drift. Yeah. So we really do love Thailand, and we have fun every time we go. We really do. The couple of notes of improvement. Thailand, if you're listening, please have better enforce emission standards on your vehicles. The air pollution can get pretty bad in Thailand, especially the exhaust from the cars and motor scooters and motorcycles is pretty foul, and it's loud. A lot of places, the big cities are loud. So in Bangkok, I generally actually wear sound canceling headphones when I'm out and about. And that doesn't cancel the sound, that just muffles it a little bit. So, downside, it's loud. In the urban centers, it's very urban. You're not going to get a lot of green spaces inside the urban centers. You're going to have to go outside of the urban centers for your green spaces. And that's probably going to change, and I think it is changing. There are more and more parks that are being built within Bangkok, for instance. Chiang Mai isn't quite there yet, but hopefully they'll start building more green spaces in sort of the old city area. Maybe they'll actually finally build a river walk. Like, there's no river walks. Like, I'm used to whenever anywhere in the world that I've been to, they now have beautiful miles of river walks where you can just walk up and down the river, and Thailand hasn't quite gotten there yet. Neither in Chiang Mai nor in Bangkok. They wanted to in Bangkok, but I think the hotels, the 5-star hotels that all have riverfront space, put a kibosh on it. So yeah, there's definitely some room for improvement, but the delicious food, the friendly people, the fascinating historical architecture and culture, definitely make it a top visit place, a top number one for me to visit place. Also, the price tag. I mean, for coming from a high income country, it's very affordable. I mean, seriously, to Thailand as a place to which to retire, if you are retiring from the US or an EU country or Canada, so crazy affordable. You can live so very well, so much better than you could in the EU, US, or Canada, because that's the difference in the cost of living. It really is crazy. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Fatia. Appreciate that. Yeah, I like the idea of craft classes. Yeah, and oh, they've got dyeing classes too, and they've got block printing classes. So, you know, you can go to Thailand, especially if you go to places like Chiang Mai, and you can get all of these great experiences and very, very, again, very affordable, embarrassingly affordable, really. Like I feel a little guilty when I go shopping there. And I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't, right? Things have been priced, especially in the tourist areas, they've been priced for tourists. And I definitely didn't feel guilty about this chocolate. This chocolate was crazy expensive. What did I do with it? This chocolate was this locally grown, locally made chocolate from Siamaya, crazy expensive even by Western standards. This is like $8 a bar. Yeah. Yeah, so definitely have a really good time in Thailand. Can highly recommend. Just be aware that things are going to be not in the same state of repair to which one might be accustomed, say coming from Korea, coming from Japan, coming from Singapore. Things in Thailand are not going to be in the same state of repair. The buses and trains will not be in the same condition. Some of the trains will be scary, actually, a little bit. Some of the buses might have holes in the floor depending on the bus. So it's, you know, there's definitely a different level of development, and that should be embraced. That should be embraced and expected. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everyone, if you had questions and I didn't answer them, pop them in the comments. If you're just joining my community, welcome to Travels with the Creative Contessa. I'm the Creative Contessa. Some of you know me as Rachel. Please hit that thumbs up. And until next time, everyone, may your travels be creative and unexpected. Bye, everyone.